I'm on a trail to Strawberry Lake, which I found on this new app that I got today called AllTrails, which was, I was just looking for a quick afternoon kind of jaunt, solo jaunt, something that wouldn't require more than a small bit of water and a bag of M&Ms, and just for the afternoon. And it gave me several different options around the place that I'm staying, and I saw this trail to Strawberry Lake, and it directed me all the way to the trailhead, which is not at all marked. Hopefully the weather will hold out, and I'll be able to make it up. They say it's a 3.7 mile jaunt up to Strawberry Lake and back. Let's see how it goes. The app says that this is rated a moderate trail. It's steep, and as an out and back, basically climbs 1,700 feet, turns around and comes down 1,700 feet. So not too bad. Just take it easy, and as you can see, a pretty well traveled route. Okay, that's one thing the app didn't say anything about, what to do with a snake bite, but I'm a Colorado boy, and I know the one thing you don't do with a snake bite is bite it and suck out the poison, and I'm not so sure I can reach down there and get it anyway, but just messing with you. That was scratched when I climbed over a fallen log, and I think I'll survive. It's been a pretty wet spring here in Colorado. Snowpack is about 5 times normal, and so we're still getting some pretty heavy runoff. I'm about 8,400 feet here, so there's no snow left here, but there's plenty of snow up around the 9,000 foot level, and it's melting and coming down fast. The makes for very, very beautiful green and mountain flowers, and hopefully not too bad a fire season this year. Okay, so here is a river crossing. I could take that one, or I could take that one, or that one, or I could hop across stones. But I think this one here, it's looks flatter. It looks like something I can do while also running video. There, back on the trail. I think, where's the trail? Oh, there it is. There we go. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Another crossing. And it's either this humongous log or these haphazardly placed logs. I'm not sure which one I'm going to take, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do it while videotaping. Well, I took the high road, and you'll just have to take my word for it. We came across high and dry. Okay, I think we have reached the destination. Well, the sign says Strawberry Lake. Let's first. That looks like a meadow. Huh. One of the reasons I chose this trail was Strawberry Lake was a place where hippies back in the mid-60s hung out every summer. And I remember when I was a kid, the news was just fascinated with these hippies who would come up here to Strawberry Lake and just hang out all summer long and do drugs and have free sex and all that sort of thing. And I don't know, just a lot of prurient interest in what those hippies were doing up there. And now I see it looks like a fairly nice place to have an encampment. All this time I thought Strawberry Lake was a lake. I see no lake. Well, it turns out that once you get past that meadow, which I think I shall call Strawberry Fields, you get to the actual Strawberry Lake. Turns out that what this is doing is creating peat, and it takes something like 1,000 years to make 8 inches of peat. So probably can screw that up pretty good if I just stepped right down in there and mashed that peat into nothingness. But here we are, Strawberry Lake. Now, there's a socked in peak over there. Weather's been threatening the whole time, but I've been lucky so far. And I've been telling myself, what's the worst that could happen? I could get all the way out here to the very furthest part of this out and back, and it could start raining. So I think I'm going to turn around and start heading back. Well, it's raining just a little bit. Thought I'd take this moment to reminisce a little bit. So as I was walking down the trail, I was reminded that I've come up here to Grand County every June for 10 years for Korean Heritage Camp, ever since my Korean daughter was 8 years old. We would come up here, and she would hike along with me, you know, complaining the whole way, of course, but, you know, hiking with me. And amazing, this is something I just remembered, she would pick up rocks. I never could figure out what criteria she had for the rocks that she chose, but she would stop in the middle of a rock field and pick one up, and it would be in her little hand, and rather quickly it would be in my hand and then in my pocket, and I would get back with my pants sagging down to my knees with my pockets full of rocks, which would eventually be tumble dried later in the dryer when we got home. But it's just one of those things that that you know comes to mind. You know, now she's 18 and she's taking care of other kids at Korean Heritage Camp, and so this is a bit of a solo hike for me, and a little bittersweet, I gotta admit. But you know, it's been wonderful spending these June times with her in the mountains every summer. And you know, maybe she'll be a counselor for Korean Heritage Camp for many years to come, and we'll continue to come up here, but it's a little different. Anyway, I better get down before it starts raining much harder. Okay, here we are back at the trailhead, and as you can see, no trail markings. It's just a sudden little trail off the road, and you would drive just past it like that guy just did if you didn't know where it was. All right, so one thing about the app is that it did crap out on me while I was on the hike itself. It's supposed to be GPS and supposed to be able to track you along the way while you're on your route, let you know how far along you are and how much you have climbed. Didn't work for me this time, but I really love the way that it got me here. Told me about it. I didn't know it. I looked online for trails around here, and they've got an excellent user interface to help you pick the right trail for you. And like I say, it got me here pretty easily. I'll keep playing around with it and see what was wrong with it. Maybe it was user error. So thanks.